Late Night Health continues. I'm Mark Alyn, along with the insane Daryl Wayne. And we're going to go to Scottsdale, Arizona, which is a great place to be. And for whatever reason, I had one of the best shrimp scampi's I've ever had in Scottsdale, but that was many years ago. All right, I digress. We're going to talk with a young lady whose name is Pamela Wirth. She's written a book called Hello Health, Navigating and Winning Better Cognitive and Immune Function. It's a guidebook for saving 21st century families. Pamela, welcome to Late Night Health.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm really curious. Is this a guidebook for all families, from young to, 130?
That's a great question. A lot of the things that we've learned, I wish I frankly had known earlier. And I know my family has said that they wish they had thought and knew these things earlier. Certainly they put certain pieces of these into their lives now. So I do. I think there's, of course, with everything, there's some pieces that fit with some people and some that don't. But for the most part, we need to be taking a look at what causes inflammation and why, and how we can start to minimize some of that, because that really is the cause of disease.
You're talking about cellular inflammation, not the kind of inflammation you get when you fall down and sprain your ankle.
That's correct.
All right. There's a little
grade annoying inflammation is what we're talking about.
How did you get into this? I mean, you've been doing this, you told me, for more than 10 years, I guess. You have a whole supplement line. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But what brought you into boosting immunity and helping with cognitive support?
Yeah, thanks for asking. I really appreciate the opportunity to share our story. This was a personal journey that we started. It happened when one of my children went from this perfectly normal 5-year-old to all of a sudden baby talking, crawling, eyes constantly dilated, devoid of all emotion, mood disorders, tics, washing his hands constantly. It was just a really, really disturbing occurrence, and I went to a number of doctors, and they would say things like, why don't we check him into the hospital for a couple weeks? Why don't we put him on Prozac? He's now on the spectrum. And I was just kind of like, whoa, pause. And was thankful that we found a neurologist who has more of an integrative or a functional practice. And she said, can I pull some blood work and see what's going on? And I said, yeah, that actually makes sense to me, kind of get into the why. And so the blood work showed that he had a couple of viral infections, which are actually very common for school-age children. And then he had a couple of bacterial infections going on at the same time. Plus, I, as one of those typical parents, was frankly afraid of all the temper tantrums, and I would just kind of let him eat, all the carb-loaded stuff. And obviously, his nutrition wasn't where it could or should be. And so the combination of all these things, she said what had happened was his immune system had shut down. And all of this together was causing an autoimmune response. And what we needed to do was start solving these one by one. And she said it's going to take about a year to get him back. And she was right. It almost to a day, it was a year. And when I was going through this, it was hard to find stories of hope, of people that had made it through. Was thankful to be part of some amazing confidential Facebook groups that parents would share stories. But the common way of doing it didn't reflect a permanent positive change in what I saw in the older children. So I figured that there had to be another way, and started doing an incredible amount of research as well as working with a number of doctors. And thankfully, he's back and he's doing great, and elite athlete and straight A student. So,
Pamela, this is the beginning of your journey.
Yes.
So he's about 15, 16 years old now?
Yep, about there.
Right. So his job right now is just to drive you crazy as a parent, right?
Yes.
The journey continued because you got into nutrition, got him off of sugar and carbs. What's he like today?
He's doing great. Very healthy. no major long-term trauma. In fact, he doesn't really even remember this part of his life. He helped edit the book, and he said, "Did all of this really happen to me?" And I said, "Well, I'm pretty thankful that you don't remember all of it." But yeah, so it's pretty amazing. And the doctors that I worked with had me making formulations at home, and a number of people asked if they could purchase those, and so it was through their perseverance and doctors and formulators, as well as my son saying, "Hey, I'm tired of taking, the D3 and the B12 and the methylfolate, and the omegas and the probiotics." And he said, "Mom, can you put these into one or two things?" And that allowed me to start this supplement journey. And now we have two products, Belly Great and Mighty Might, and they work really, really nicely together. We're currently doing a research study, and we're getting some pretty incredible results. So.
Wow, that is amazing. That's kind of like the silver lining in a dark cloud, isn't it?
Yeah, lemonade out of lemons.
Yes, exactly. Do you think that cognitive improvement, not only for kids, but let's go to the other end of the cycle, if you will. People over, say, 60, 70, 80, 90, we tend to lose some cognitive function if you don't keep up, if you don't keep learning. But can you also do that through supplementation, in your opinion?
In my opinion, I believe there's a lot of things that we can do to help. The 15 strains of probiotics that are in Belly Great were particularly selected for the brain-gut axis, and there's an incredible amount of research coming out now about where the chemicals in your brain are actually created. And there was a recent study that came out that said 90% of all serotonin is actually created in your gut. What if most chemicals actually come out of your gut? And if you've got a healthy gut, you've got a healthy working brain. There's just some incredible things to learn.
Traditional docs, okay, they don't seem to get that connection in my experience. How about yours?
That was our experience as well, and I have a lot of friends that are some pretty incredible doctors, and they don't spend a lot of time on it. And then even when they do have a doctor appointment with you, they're under pressure to get you in and get you out very quickly. So it's not easy, and I think there's growing evidence that everyone wants it to kind of evolve, and but it's going to be a real slow process.
Mighty Might supports the immune system, and then Belly Great, it supports the gut health. Do you have anything coming up in the future that you can talk about? We only have a minute left, and then we'll take a break and come back.
You bet. Thank you. You know what? I've been told by 3 doctors now that Mighty Might is menopausal or going into menopause because of its anti-inflammatory properties. So I think there's a lot of other uses for some of these products that could possibly a little bit differently and help a lot of people.
This is Late Night Health. I'm Mark Alyn, along with the insane Daryl Wayne. Our guest is Pamela Wirth. Her book is called Hello Health, Navigating and Winning Better Cognitive and Immune Function. It's a guidebook for saving 21st century families. I mean, we have all this junk in the air. We have bad water. We don't eat right. Perhaps this book can set you and your family on the road to health. That, of course, is what Late Night Health is all about, putting you in charge of your own health care. I'm Mark Alyn. Join us at latenighthealth.com. That's latenighthealth.com. We'll be back with Pamela, the insane Daryl Wayne, and even me as we continue. Recently, I met Jacqueline from Bright here in Los Angeles. She gave me a hearing exam and then showed me how to hear again with the new Signia Pure Series hearing aids, and she can give you your life back too. I hear birds chirping, birds cooing, and even my wife. They easily connect to my smartphone. The Signia hearing aids are amazing, and with the charge and go, I don't have to fiddle with batteries and hear all day long. Not hearing is frustrating for you and your family. I know you don't have a problem, but trust me, call Bright Here now for a free hearing exam, a $125 value, yours free, just for making an appointment now. There are offices throughout the Los Angeles area. Call Bright Here now at 323-424-7100. That's 323-424-7100 for a free hearing exam. There's no obligation. Call now, 323-424-7100, or visit them on the web at brighthere.com.
The latest from the greatest, the best in new music by classic rockers, with your host, the insane Daryl Wayne.
This is Alice Cooper, and if Daryl Wayne is insane, what does that make me? Criminally insane. Stick around to find out.
Many of the artist interviews for the latest from the greatest have been captured on audiobook. There is a Volume 1 and Volume 2. Great information and conversations with people in the industry and people surrounded by the industry, and of course the rock stars themselves.
I'm the Reverend Al Green, and you're listening to the insane Daryl Wayne. And I said Wayne Insane.
You can find it on Amazon or Blackstone Audio. Search for the latest from the greatest from Daryl Wayne, DARRELL WAYNE.
Hello, this is Weird Al Yankovic, and you're listening to the insane Daryl Wayne, aren't you?
Late Night Health is proud of our partnership with the EBC, the Evolutionary Business Council. Check them out at ebcouncil.com.
You're listening to Late Night Health with Mark Alyn. The show continues in a moment.
There's a lot of talk all over the internet about the remarkable benefits of Carbon-60, and baby boomers are especially excited about it. Greska's Carbon-60 is the premium Carbon-60, developed by an aerospace and NASA scientist. 95% of Greska's customers report positive results from this Nobel Prize-winning technology in just 4 days. Imagine more energy, better health, and more vitality. It's very bioavailable to quickly mend toxin-crippled cells. This is a super powerful antioxidant. Bob Greska is so confident that you'll love his Carbon-60, he wants to send you a bottle at 50% off the regular price to see how life-changing this will be for you. Call 720-600-6040. That's 720-600-6040. Visit c-60.com to learn more. Call 720-600-6040 now or visit c-60.com. Late Night Health continues. I'm Mark Alyn, along with the insane Daryl Wayne. Join us at latenighthealth.com. You can even find us on Facebook, facebook.com/Late Night Health Radio. We just as a matter of course, if you're on Facebook and you're around on Tuesdays at 5 o'clock Pacific, I do Mark Alyn Cooks Your Dinner. Mark Alyn Cooks Your Dinner. And we have kind of fun with that. And we're expanding and trying to figure out all the technical aspects of doing a live cooking show. But we are having a lot of fun. My camera person is my wife, who's never picked up a camera in her life until I made her with this show. Anyway, join us there too. Our guest today is Pamela Wirth. She's written a book called Hello Health, and we are talking about the immune system. Pamela, do you think that people are aware or cognitive of their own health, about their immune system, about brain health? Or do you think that they're just, getting along the same way their parents did years ago?
I think when it comes to immune, I think there's a lot more knowledge that is coming together, especially since COVID. That's been eye-opening for many people to understand that additional supplements and botanicals can help you. I think when it comes to brain health, there's still a lot of reliance upon what the doctor is telling you, and it's very difficult to find a neurologist that understands or appreciates functional or integrative health. And I know that that's kind of a tough statement, but we've been to enough neurologists to appreciate why we would say this. And thankfully, we've had the rise of certain brands high in vitamin C or zinc or some things that people understand are helpful when you feel like you're getting sick or want to get well. And I think we're going to start to see more and more knowledge around the fact that taking some daily oregano combined with the other end of the day from your probiotic is extremely helpful for your gut, as is the combination of frankincense and turmeric is incredibly powerful and helpful when it comes to anti-inflammatories or serious health challenges. And so I think we're going to start to see more and more. This is obviously very well accepted in other parts of the world, but we've been very slow to accept it here in the U.S.
Vitamin D3 is very important. Even Dr. Fauci has come out and said, you should be taking
Absolutely.
it. And those I know we're not going to talk about COVID, at least much, but you mentioned it. So they've found that people who have serious cases of COVID are often deficient in vitamin D. And so vitamin D
Correct.
supplementation, I think, is just, I'm taking a lot of it right now because I'm a big baby and I do not want to get sick.
Now, the one thing, though, that's super important to realize and understand is there's a big difference between vitamin D and vitamin D3. And so I would just add that it's incredibly important to make sure that it's D3.
Yes, I agree. Well, what before you got into this, you were a mom. How many kids?
I've got two kids, and I've started and run both private and public companies. So I've been around the block.
Got it. When you were you interested in this at all before your son got ill?
I've always been intrigued and enjoy exercise and want to be healthy. And I've always tried to take care of my health. To this level of detail, no, I did not have any intention of going to this level of detail.
Got it. But you've taken on a whole new life, really, in this. Would you say that your goal is to help people be healthy and enjoy life?
Yeah, my background is hospitality, and so I enjoy helping people. That's natural for me, and so this is where I find a lot of personal comfort and joy. And so I hope that this does.
And of course, the hospitality industry could use some vitamin D3 right now too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, with the pandemic. When somebody goes to the doctor and the doctor doesn't understand, doesn't want to understand that you want to take supplementation. I've talked to a number of doctors and they say, you can take it, it doesn't help, there's no evidence. What would you do if your doctor said that today?
Well, I'll do what I did back then, and that was find another doctor.
Yeah, you're fired, to kind of quote somebody, right? Yeah, I've done the same thing.
I still remember once I came home crying, and I talked to a friend of mine, and they said, Pam, there's a reason why they call it practice, so keep on going.
Yeah, exactly. And I still, even in the 21st century, I don't understand why doctors aren't trained more in supplements. It doesn't make sense to me that they get maybe 2 to 3 days worth, 24 hours worth of training, and then the AMA, every now and then says vitamins are bad and we've got to take them off the market and all this kind of stuff. It just it's a little aggravating, and I'm saying the AMA. I meant doctors. A lot of doctors in general have said, people shouldn't be able to take vitamins without a prescription. And if the doctor doesn't know about vitamins, how could they write the prescription? It doesn't make sense at all to me. But oh well. Pam, in our remaining time, in 60 seconds, what would you say to America and the world about Hello Health?
It's meant to be an encouragement. It's meant to be an inspiration to everyone to take care of themselves, as well as to continue to ask why and search for the root of what's going on instead of just treating the symptoms. It's really tempting to use some of these medications to just kind of gloss over what's going on without addressing what's really the underlying root cause. And I would just encourage you to continue to dive deep until you find out what's going on.
Pamela, thank you very much for your time today. We look forward to updates from you from time to time. Hello Health, Navigating and Winning Better Cognitive and Immune Function. I'm assuming that this is available at Amazon and wherever good books are sold, and we appreciate your time. Also, take a look at what is your website for your supplements?
It's http hello.health. Super easy.
It's super easy. Hello.health.com. We will wait. Hello. Do that again.
http hello.health.
Hello.health. Gotcha. Thanks a lot, Pamela. This is Late Night Health. I'm Mark Alyn. Well, that wraps up this edition of Late Night Health. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you, Daryl, for everything you do.
My pleasure.
And thank you for watching, listening to us here at Late Night Health. Join us at latenighthealth.com. Have a great week, everybody. Have a good week, and most importantly, have a healthy week. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.
Welcome to Guide to the Soul. This is Robert Clancy. Grief can be such a burden on your heart. It can be crippling to the point where you can't even seem to function. I've been there, and I know that pain. But I also know you're not alone in that sorrow. We're all going through something in this life. Just as the sun has to face dark days, so do we. But the sun also has to shine again. Letting go of grief is not about letting go of your loved one. It's about making room in your heart for the love that you hold for them. If you have great grief, then you must have a very big heart too. It's time to fill your heart with that love and share it with everyone.
For more inspiration from Robert Clancy, visit guidetothesoul.com or go to the Moments with Robert page on latenighthealth.com.
If you're listening to Late Night Health right now, you're part of the growing target of baby boomers we're serving. Hi, I'm Daryl Wayne, producer of Late Night Health, inviting you to join the Late Night Health family. If you have any business targeting the growing boomer market, Late Night Health is the ideal advertising vehicle for you. From vitamins to insurance, alternative health to Western-style medicine, Late Night Health caters to the growing population of those over 40 years old. This vibrant demographic has expendable income to fight aging, purchase travel, take care of aging parents, or just have fun. Find out about the advertising opportunities with Late Night Health. Call us at 805-391-0308. That's 805-391-0308, or email us at info@latenighthealth.com. That's info@latenighthealth.com. Join Late Night Health as we empower people to take charge of their own health care. Call now at 805-391-0308. That's 805-391-0308. Sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Words are a critical aspect of success. How you get your point across is a crucial part of what makes anything sell. So do it right and hire a writer. Whether it's articles, blog posts, technical writings, website content, product descriptions, or ghostwriting anything from a novel to a nonfiction book about your navel, contact Servet Hassan. If you want it to sell, write it right. Email Servet at servet@servethassan.com.